I guess we'll move on to Abyss Chapter 3. I don't see why not. So, Abyss Chapter 3. So, Abyss Chapter 3 is, in my opinion, one of kind of like the hidden bosses of the run. This is a level that's very short and pretty forgettable, but like if you do it like a really good Abyss Chapter 3 versus a really bad Abyss Chapter 3, maybe not even like an average Abyss Chapter 3 is as much of a difference as about like 45 seconds. It's this is like a really tough level. Don't sleep on it. Like practice this one. So, without further ado, right from the start, we're gonna do a slide hop, and then we're just gonna do a double jump. This is because of this little tunnel right here. So for you guys that are unfamiliar, if you run and do a slide, there's a certain amount of time where you can't run and do a slide again without getting the boost, like that. See how it's not giving me the boost anymore? Now if I wait about 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3. See how I get the boost that time? So, it does happen with this. How much time does the dome scoop save? More than the sludge one? I think so. So if we do this, and then we keep doing the slide here, then we try going under here, we don't have like any speed. Now compare that to this. Way faster. So basically all I'm doing there is I do the slide hop and then I sprint. Slide, jump, jump, sprint, and then slide. I'm just mashing space. Alright, so for this next part we're going to aim right for about right there. Slide hop, double jump, and you just go straight in. It's pretty simple. There's not a whole lot to it. Again, as soon as you come out of this here, we aim for about right there. Jump, jump. Alright, so let's see that in its succession again. Okay, so you see how I had that little crouch right there? I wasn't pressing crouch, but the game crouched me. So we'd have to wait before we went in here. And that triggers me, so I'm not gonna take that. Make sure you let go of crouch like right after your slide hop. Otherwise the game will keep you crouched. So come over here. There we go. You have to be careful of this little pipe right here. Kind of like aim for this wall, and then aim for the exit. You can get hit on the pipe and it can slow you down a lot. Alright, so one more time and we'll move on to the next section. Because even though this doesn't seem very important, it can cost you a lot of time. Alright, so we're going to quick save. Alright, so this section coming up is called Cylinder Skip. So we're going to jump. We're going to hold our use button. There we go. We ride the cylinder over here. And we're out. So that is Cylinder Skip. Oh, I just quick saved. Balls. Alright, it's okay. We can just restart the mission and get there really fast. Cylinder Skip is honestly probably one of the harder skips in the game in terms of how accurate you have to be. Alright, quick save. So you're going to want to try and jump. You're going to jump straight from the top of here. You're going to aim for that section right there. You're going to hold your use button. Make sure you're holding it as you pass over the top of this button. And then just slide up over. I like to aim for whoops. I like to aim for that particular hexagon. Now we're just going to kind of run back and forth between here. Alright, so I'm not done talking about that. So this is really important. This is like a really hard skip to hit, and if you mess it up, it could cost you so much time. So I like to aim for, I think it's that hexagon right there. I like to aim for the left side of it, because it does start rotating right when you get to it. So aim for the left side, and get it. And you want to try and stay to the far end of the cylinder, otherwise you can't get launched down kind of early, like I did that last time. So what could happen if you mess it up? Let me try and like purposely mess it up here. Okay, that actually went fine. There we go. So you can get launched out too early. Fortunately, that's not too much of a time loss, but like even worse can happen. There we go. So you get like, so that So what you do here is you're going to want to wall run on the side, probably wall run on this side, back over here, back over here. It's just kind of a big back and forth the whole way. Anyway, it's a pretty tough skip, and it takes a lot of practice. There we go. All right, so for this next part, I like to try and get up kind of high. I go around here and I just... Oh. Alright, so this is tunnels. And there's a way to do this really smoothly with the cylinder skip, if you can get the exit from it right. Alright, get in here. Up here, up here, up here. Boom. And you get to start this immediately. It's pretty slick. So this is a pretty tough climb. You have to kind of mash jump as you're coming up here. I like to double jump, double jump, double jump, double jump. This is really tight movement through here. It requires a lot of double jumps too. So that's how tunnels looks done properly. And it really is like it really is very hard. That's something that I think you should spend a lot of time working on. So generally, you come right through here for this left side, jumps up through here. So you're gonna want to aim to land about right here to get you through this section, and you gotta watch your head on these parts too. Let me just kill everybody in here. How about that? You gotta watch your head through this section. It's really easy to bump your head here, especially when you get right here. So getting it kind of all in one go can save you a ton of time. Whoops.
I have been forced to scuttle the entire complex. Some of you may consider this overkill. It is.
There we go. This section right here is pretty tricky too. In any case, we're gonna come down here. There's a couple ways to do this next part. So the most traditional way is actually, yeah, okay, we got a checkpoint. Let me do a quick save back here. So we'll do a quick save. So there's a couple ways to do this. The most traditional way is we come over here, slide up off this little hexagon here, and then jump over. That's usually the safest way. Not necessarily always the fastest, but it is the safest. You can also, if you get like enough of an airstrafe going in, you can just jump straight across from that platform. So the key to that jump is you have to have a pretty wicked airstrafe coming into that. I like to do 2 jumps and then just come in and then immediately start strafing the other way. You can even land here and land here. It's the fastest way to do it, but it's also the riskiest. It requires the most precise setup, like, by far. Anyway, there's a third way to do it that I'll show you. We're gonna have to wait for this next platform to catch up. So normally, you kind of judge by how far ahead this platform is. You can also do this. Just do a perfect wall kick. You get a pretty good launch from it. Now we're going to come over here to BT.
This is a highly dangerous environment. I suggest you embark.
So generally speaking, BT will be standing over here if you're going fast enough. The best way to get out of here is you just sprint up this wall. And then you boost off here, skate out these dudes.
Pilot, I detect an exit beyond this.
Stay to the left side versus these guys and don't shoot them. They'll like never get in your way. Alright, we're gonna boost off this little cliff here. Now make sure to use your Acolyte pod and kill these Growlers, because like they will get in your way, like they'll stop you from moving completely. So make sure to kill those. So coming out for Ash fight, there's a lot of ways to do this. The way I like doing it is I start with Tone. So Ash uses Ronin, which means she has phased dash. So what we're gonna try and do for Ash fight is we're gonna try and fade out her phase dash first and foremost, and then we're gonna switch to Scorch. Some people start with Scorch and switch to Tone to finish her off. I think this way is the most consistent. So we're gonna try and get up in her face. gonna wait for her to phase dash. Sometimes she doesn't do it. This might be one of the fights where she doesn't. So in this case, I'm gonna wait for her to sword core. Or actually, you know what? I'm just gonna kill her. Yeah. So sometimes she just does that. Ah, there we go. Whatever you do, do not execute her. Executing her is really, really slow. Don't execute her. So let's see if she'll phase dash this time. She's not doing it again. Interesting. So normally if she doesn't phase dash, I'll wait till she sword cores, and then just bring out Scorch, and then just hold Flame Shield. So, and we'll try that one more time. Can't use Scorch. There we go. There it is. So she does phase dash, and then we switch to Scorch. Double Flame Trap.
Excessive damage. Warning.
Oh, okay. There we go. Now she's dead. Where is she? There we go. And that's Ash Fight. Just to give you an example of how slow the execution is, I'll do it this time. And that's why you don't use Scorch first, is because she can just phase dash right out of your traps, so. Alright, so this is the execution. It's really, really slow. And this entire time you could be running toward the exit, so always faster not to execute.
Security lockdown disengaged. Surface access is authorized.
Pilot, the security lockdown has been disengaged. I recommend we leave through the tunnel.
And after this, it's just, self-explanatory.
Pilot,
BT tells you to leave out of the only exit, obviously BT. And that is Abyss Chapter 3, the hidden boss of this speedrun.